Hi internet friends, and welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. I am so excited for this unboxing because this is a new IP for us. This is Crybaby. This is the Crying Again plushie set. Now, I do actually have two from this series already. I have Duck You and Water Frog, and when I opened those, and I bought them completely randomly, and when I opened them, I wasn't too sure what to make of them. I didn't know if Crybaby was really my thing, but with a little bit of time, they've really grown on me, particularly Water Frog. I've taken her out so many times. And when the opportunity presented itself to get the set, I couldn't resist. And one thing I also thought was quite interesting and worth looking to a little bit more was that Crybaby actually is the second most popular IP at Pop Mart behind Labubu. I actually thought it would be Skull Panda, but it's not. It's Crybaby. And Crybaby seems to have so many fans all over the world. And I really wanted to find out what it is about Crybaby that people loved. So let's take a look. The packaging for this set, I think, is actually incredibly beautiful and actually possibly one of my favorites so far. I think my favorite is the Impressionism, the Skull Panda Impressionism series. I thought that was just beautiful. But this I really do like. And maybe it's the color. I love pink. Maybe it's the pink. But I think it's the muted pink tones. And although the design is quite busy, because the color palette isn't busy, it doesn't feel fussy or overcomplicated. I do really like it. We have a few of the characters on the front looking very cute. And then onto the side, obviously we have our list of potential options and characters we might meet. So this series has 6 regular characters. And actually what I didn't realize is that we have 2 secrets. We have the secret edition and then the super secret edition. Now, I actually have no idea what either of those look like, so I'm going to have to go and have a look, and I'll pop them on screen. But because I don't know what they look like, I have no idea if I want to find them. Do I want to find them? I don't know. What do they look like? But anyway, we have our 6 regular characters. We have I'll Bring You a Flower, Duck You, I'll Give You All My Love, She's Alice, Water Frog, and Love Makes Us Cry. As I said, I do have Duck You and I do have Water Frog. Now, assuming, because the secret ratio is quite high, 1 to 144, that's like double what you see in Labubu or Skull Panda. Because that's quite high, we have to assume this is going to be just our regular characters. I don't really need a duplicate of Duck You, so assuming we meet her, I'll maybe look at passing her on so she can have a home elsewhere. But in terms of the Water Frog, because I wear that one quite a lot, and let's be honest, there is a lifespan to a plushie when it's being worn as a bag charm. It can start to look a little bit frayed or a little bit scraggly around the edges. So I'd be tempted to keep her as kind of a spare for as and when, if and when we need to bring her into rotation. The one I really want to meet is I'll Give You All My Love. Now, shocker, I like pink. So I'm hoping that she is as nice as I think she might be in my mind. The one I'm least looking forward to meeting is She's Alice. Now, I think she's still nice, but if I look at the rest of these, I think I would probably rank her the lowest in terms of my initial impressions. But let's take a look. Oh, I'm excited. My first set of Crybabies. People love Crybaby, and one thing I did learn from watching the TikTok live stream was actually one of the messaging behind Crybaby, which is very much about being okay to express your emotions. Actually, it's quite a nice message to portray through something as soft and as kind of cute as a plushie, really. But I did like that message. But yeah, people love Crybaby, and I see people going crazy for Crybaby online. So I am hoping that I don't develop a new obsession, but I am hoping that I have an opportunity to understand maybe what that obsession is about. We have our Crybabies. So, what should we do? Let's start with you. These boxes, they're just so pretty. I really do think they are incredibly pretty. And so we've got, I've already forgotten your name. I'll Give You All My Love as our poster girl for this series. And she, I mean, obviously the box matches her beautifully. And I do like on Pop Mart boxes how they use kind of gloss and matte textures. It really helps the plushie, the character, to stand out. So we have the character in gloss and the box is in matte. But it's just a beautiful box. And we have the regular characters kind of split amongst both sides. So on this side, we have I'll Bring You a Flower, Duck You, I'll Give You All My Love, and she's Alice. And then we have What a Frog and Love Makes Us Cry, plus obviously the two secrets, or the secret and the super secret. And then on the back, we have all our manufacturing details and our authentication information. So, shall we get into our first Crybaby? I don't know what I'm listening for. I don't know enough about them to know what I'm listening for. Let's see. What do we get? Let's see. Does Crybaby pop? Crybaby pops. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Oh, again, I love these bags. I mean, they just match the box beautifully. Obviously, the Labubu ones have been beautiful, moved to the drawstring now. Skull Panda's always gone very, well, it's very standard, isn't it? It's kind of the whitish grey with the Skull Panda writing. But these are beautiful, really nicely done. And we have the same characters on the front as well, with the little bee, the pink, and Alice as well. No, What a Frog. Why is What a Frog getting no love? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, are you upside down? I think you're upside down. Okay, Alice, let's have a look. Okay, your apron is a bit tucked up. Okay, honestly, I really don't love Alice. I think it's the cheeks. I think these hearts, they feel a bit big for me. There's nothing wrong with her, but it's not right for me either. Okay. Look, as I said, nothing wrong with her, just not my vibe. I mean, there's some cute details. I like the little bow on her back. Her hair is so soft, super, super, super soft. And her dress is cute. Her little apron is cute. And there are definitely some cute details here, but I just don't know. I just don't think she's my vibe. I really don't know if she's my vibe. Let's have a look at her card. Okay, so I remember this from What a Frog. So these are actually kind of stickers, aren't they? Yeah, they're actually stickers, which is quite cute. But if you want to keep them as a card, it is quite difficult because the stickers just kind of pop out. But we'll see. Look, when I opened Duck You, when I opened What a Frog, I was not sure about them either. So I guess it's possible that Alice may grow on me. I don't know if that will happen, but it may. And also, Pranky Peanut, I didn't like her, but she is starting to grow on me. So things may change. Okay, who is joining Alice? Let's try you. Okay. Oh, that card is a bit rattly. Who is it? Who is it? The bumblebee, what are you called? I forget your name. I'll Bring You a Flower. Okay, I think she is actually quite cute. And so I'm not quite sure what it is about Alice that I don't like, and then I do like this. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she is very cute. I really like her little antenna at the top here. That is very, very sweet. And her little bumblebee outfit, she's got a little sting, there's a little tail on the back. She is really cute. Is this like a faux bonnet? Yes, it doesn't actually come off, but it gives the impression that it's a bonnet tied on. She just, yeah, I find her a lot cuter actually than Alice. I can definitely imagine her like maybe on like a brown bag or something like that. I think she will look really, really sweet. I do like her. I like the bumblebee. Sorry, I'll bring you a flower. As long as you bring me a flower and not an actual bumblebee, then we can be friends. But she's really sweet. Now again, like with the Labubu, but unlike Skull Panda, they have these super, super long labels, and Skull Panda at least are shorter and they're color coordinated, but that doesn't seem to happen on Crybaby either, which is a real shame. It's just, I know the labels need to be here, right? It's useful information. There's usually manufacturing information. There's care information. We've got a QR code. So I understand why they have to exist. I just wish they could be a little bit shorter or a little bit more hidden would be nice. But she is quite sweet. She is quite sweet. Let's have a look at her card. It's very cute. I have been tempted with the previous Water Frog to actually take the sticker off because I have stickers on my laptop, my work laptop. But then I'm thinking, well, then I wouldn't have the card, but I do quite like the idea of having them as stickers. Number 3, let's go completely opposite corner. Okay. Again, I have no idea what I'm listening out for, so. I love it when they pop. I really, really do. Okay, who are we meeting next? It's the pink one whose name I've also forgotten. I'll give you all my love. Oh. Okay, I definitely understand why she is the poster girl. She is very, very sweet. I really like the color of the pink as well. It's quite a soft pink. It's not too sugary. It's not too kind of in your face. But I definitely understand why she's the poster girl. And whenever I see anyone unbox this set, it's always this one they're looking for. And I'm kind of like, why? Water Frog is clearly the best one. But actually, maybe she's not. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember any of your names. I'll give you all my love. Maybe I'll give you all my love is. So the only thing I would say, and this is me being a little bit nitpicky, but I don't understand why the ribbon and the ring is this color. I don't see this color anywhere in this plushie or this pendant. It makes no sense to me. If we have a look at Alice, the blue, it clearly matches her eyes. It clearly matches her dress. That makes sense, right? To have it as that blue. On the bumblebee, the yellow completely makes sense. We have it in the antenna. We have it on the outfit. So of course the yellow makes complete sense. But this color doesn't feature anywhere. Okay, yes, maybe it matches her eyes a little, but it's not the same shade. And I get it, it's a neutral kind of tone, fair enough. But it feels like a missed opportunity to do something maybe in the pink or maybe the white, or I don't know, even a little green or something to give it a pop of color. But this is not a pop of color, it's just there. So that would be my only kind of criticism, might be a strong word, but my only thing I would say about this design that I don't quite understand. It wouldn't stop me using her at all, but I just think, oh, I wish it could be slightly different. I feel like that would be a little bit better. But again, that is just being nitpicky. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I'm not quite sure why they made that decision. But let's have a look at her card. It's very, very cute. It is very cute. The more time I spend with Crybaby, the more time I spend looking into Crybaby, I am starting to understand why people really enjoy Crybaby as an IP. I think for me, it is still Skull Panda and Labubu, and I am becoming very into Hachi Poo Poo. I really am enjoying Nyota. I love Space Mollies, and I'm starting to kind of figure out Twinkle Twinkle a little bit as well. Basically, I've named all of Pop Mart, I know, but I am starting to understand other IPs to the same level that I understand Skull Panda and Labubu. I don't know if I'd ever... Well, it feels at the moment like I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way for Crybaby, whereas I would for Skull Panda and Labubu. But look, as I said, things may change. But I am definitely understanding why it's as popular as it is. Okay, on to Crybaby number 4. So, oh, I'm thinking you. Okay, so we've met I'll Bring You a Flower. We've met I'll Give You All My Love, and we've met She's Alice. So from this side, Duck You, and then we've got Water Frog and Love Makes Us Cry, and of course secret, super secret, you never know. Okay, card sounds a little wild on this one. Where is it? Wow. Oh, I really like her. Love Makes Us Cry. Oh, I was not... You came out of left field. I was not expecting her. Oh, I really like her. Oh. I may take back what I just said about not going out of my way for Crybaby. I really, really like her. I love the colorway. I think what I like is, and as I mentioned with the pinky one, is this pop of color. We've got this really vibrant red that matches her nose, it matches her shoes. I think it's a really lovely creation, really balanced, and I think she's really pretty. Again, I've forgotten your name now, I'm so sorry. Love Makes Us Cry. Oh, I do like her. Oh, you're a little bit of a shocker. And actually, now it is the same on these two, but the string tying the kind of faux bonnet on is kind of a velvet. Now, maybe it's the color. You can't really tell as well on the Bumblebee or on the pink one, but because of the color, the velvet kind of texture really stands out here. And that does seem really nice. It feels a bit more kind of, a bit more luxe, a bit more elegant. That's a lovely, lovely touch. And it's just a feature of having a lighter color versus a dark color. Nothing they can do about that. But wow, you are definitely a little bit of a shocker to me. However, so I don't know if you can see there, but she's actually got a hole in her stitching, which we will need to amend. Now, I think I bought this from TikTok shop, you know, the Pop Mart live stream on TikTok. So I might get in touch with them and just find out what they want to do, because she definitely has a little hole. And you know, the next thing I was about to say was to talk about their quality and be like, oh, I haven't seen any quality issues. And then obviously this one just has gaps in the stitching. I mean, it's not a big issue, right? In the sense of it's a relatively easy fix, but when you're paying this kind of money, you expect things to be made to a certain standard, and certainly don't expect kind of holes and stuffing kind of coming out of the plushie. That's a real shame, because I really like her. I do really like her. And as I said, we can definitely kind of fix that. But I think what I'll probably do first off is probably speak to Pop Mart and see if there's anything they can suggest, or whether they suggest a repair or whatever. So given that we just found that kind of little defect, let's just have a look at the others to so far. I mean, other than the fact that Alice just wants to flash everybody, I can't see any issues here. Let's have a look at Miss Bumblebee. Nothing particularly that jumps out at me, certainly. And in terms of Miss Pinky, I guess we've got some random threads. Actually, yeah, we definitely have some loose threads here, which just not been snipped off in kind of finishing the sewing. And these pink bits, are they meant to be like little whiskers? I'm guessing they are. But other than that, I'm not seeing anything obvious here. No. Unfortunately, the one that I like the most so far has the defect, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's have a look at her card. Okay. I just think she is really, really cute. I really like her. Oh, I hope they can help me sort that out because I really like her. Let's take a look at Crybaby number 5. Okay, I'm feeling you. Okay, so still to find would be Duck You and What a Frog. So technically the two that I already have. Okay, who is it? It's Duck You. She is cute. As I said, she was definitely a grower on me. Now, I don't need 2 Duck Yous, but she is definitely quite cute. Sorry, I'm going over them with a fine-tooth comb now because I feel like I need to kind of pay attention to see if there's any other issues. But she is, I mean, she's just a gloriously bright color. And especially as we go into the winter, you know, she definitely is a real hit of kind of yellow, a pop of yellow. And that can be quite cheery at this time of the year, you know, when the days are a bit darker, everything's a bit grey, especially in the UK. Everything is grey in the UK. But she just is very, very cute. Oh. And again, though, you know, her ribbon and the ring, it matches, right? It makes sense. Like you look at that and go, I understand why it's that color. You've got the beak of the duck. We've got her kind of a bonnet, the tie of her bonnet. We've got her shoes. It makes sense. The orange completely makes sense in that instance. So I just don't quite understand why with this one, they went the way they did. I don't quite get that. And little Duck You's card. She is a cutie though. Look at her. I do like Duck You. And as I said, when I first unboxed her, I really didn't know what to make of her. And I was a bit like, oh, okay, maybe. But with time, just learned to really, really like her. We are on to our final Crybaby. I'm assuming this is What a Frog. We're assuming. Okay. Who knows? Oh, I can see the green. I'm so not mad about another What a Frog. Oh, it's so cute. Come on, she's so cute. I love her. I think it's the color. I really, really love this green. It's kind of a minty green almost, but she just is, I don't know. Something about What a Frog speaks to me. I love it. And you know, look, going back to talking about this ribbon and the ring thing, I know I said, oh, why have they chosen a random color? And I know it feels like the pink is a bit random, but I think the pink complements the green perfectly here, and it matches her little bonnet tie here. So it isn't quite as random as it first seems. And I think actually if this had been a green, this might have felt a bit too much. But I don't know what it is about What a Frog. I think it's her eyes and her hair. They're so striking against her pale skin, against the green. And I think that's what really, I think it just draws you into the design. I really, I'm waxing lyrical about What a Frog, but I really do like her. Hands down, she is my favorite crybaby. I thought maybe we had a new winner, but having looked at What a Frog again, I'm afraid What a Frog is the #1 crybaby in Crying Again for me all day. Okay, let's just have a quick check on any kind of potential dramas. Not seeing anything obvious. Oh, so happy we have another one of you. And let's have a little look at your card. Oh, I don't know if this will focus at this kind of distance, but you see how this eye looks a little different. I suspect it's meant to represent kind of like a lighting or something, but I didn't notice that on the card that we got previously. But it's by the by, I'm not fussed about that at all. So this has been the Crybaby Crying Again plushie series. And look, I'm not the biggest Crybaby fan, but it is definitely a bit of a slow burn for me, in the sense that the more time I spend with the IP, the more time I spend understanding the design, understanding the stories, the more I am learning to actually really enjoy it, particularly some of the individual designs. And one thing I would say is, what I really like is we have a regular collection of 6 characters here, and each one is very different. Like, for example, with the Hatchy Poo Poo Gummy Bears, which is one of my favorite series I've ever opened. With that series, however, effectively, although the scent is different, you have the same design in, 6 different colors. I'm not saying that it's not a great set. It is a great set. I love it. But you have the same design in 6 colors. With the macarons, with the Havasites, with the Big Into Energy, to a greater or lesser extent, you have X number of designs in a series, just in a different colorway. At least with this, although there are definitely some similarities, you know, the face shape, the tears, etc., they look very different, right? So you've got blues with blonde hair, blue eyes, you've got, you know, white hair, pinks with brown eyes, we've got green with black hair, you know, they're very, very different. And I guess that's one of the things also that I really enjoy about Skull Panda, is that each one is completely unique and individual. And that's not to do a disservice to the Labubu, to the Hatchy Poo Poo at all. It's just an observation that you have effectively the same character, just in a different colorway, rather than a completely different design. But I do like that. And as you look at the collection, you can see how individual they are. And certainly I really did think that Little Miss Pink over here was going to be my hands down winner. But actually, having seen them, first off, I think What a Frog is absolutely my girl. But Love Makes Us Cry, I'm so sad that she's got a hole in her, because I really, really like this design. I love the colors, and I love the little pops of red on her shoe, the red on her ring here. So I am very... Why does it have to be her that has the hole in it? But, you know, I think in terms of my winners, in terms of the design, these two definitely for me are a real standout. And actually, as I look at this collection, of course, yes, we've got to sort out what's happening over here. But as I look at this, I think, you know, would I try and get more in an Alice design? Would I try and get more in this pink design? I really don't know. And in terms of thinking about future Crybaby sets, I guess for me, it's kind of these kind of quite striking features, which I guess both with darker hair, maybe that's the commonality, I don't know, but both with dark hair that I probably would want to spend my time and my effort and my money on kind of trying to find, rather than maybe the whole series. But you know, I'm very changeable, so we'll see. But you know, the other thing I think it's worth talking about is when we talk about quality issues, and maybe it's just because Labubu things have been so popular, but when we talk about quality issues with Pop Mart, in general, that conversation is around Labubu, right? It's around the macarons, it's around the Havasites, maybe a little bit about the Big Into Energy. But you very rarely hear people talking about quality issues with the other IPs. And I just assumed that was because maybe those IPs are not as popular, and therefore they're not in as high a production rate, and therefore you know, a better chance at quality control. So I'm really surprised to see, you know, loose threads here. We've had a hole over here. And actually, I've seen another loose thread over here as well. You know, there are definitely a couple of little issues. And, you know, I guess to an extent, that's probably to be expected en masse. But when you're spending money, especially when you're spending money on a full set, you don't expect there to be defects. So I do feel a little bit disappointed, and I am really disappointed that the one with the biggest defect is the one that I really, really like. That does feel a little bit like Sod's Law, but you know, I have really enjoyed opening this set, seeing all the different characters. As I said, I've only seen them online before now, so to see them in person, it does feel really nice, and to spend some time and actually kind of really appreciate what I actually do like and what I don't like. And What a Frog. I love What a Frog. I'm sorry, she is 100% my number one crybaby. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed unboxing the crybabies with me. And I'd be really interested to know, do you like crybaby? What do you think about them? And if you like them, what should we look at next in terms of crybabies? I've heard a lot of people talk about monster tears, but as I said, I'm quite new to crybabies in general, so let me know in the comments below what we should look at next. And also, I'll keep you updated in the comments below what happens when I contact Pop Mart about this little stitching defect. And if there's anything particular you want to see us unbox next, also drop me a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. But until next time,